This past season, we saw one of the most heated Calder races in the modern NHL era. Cale Makar, looking like the modern reincarnation of a primed Erik Karlsson. Quinn Hughes, the first rookie defenseman in 27 years, to eclipse 50 points. But it doesn't just stop there. Both Cale and Quinn proved they were the real deal, sitting at an incredible point per game in the playoffs. This is not normal, ladies and gentlemen. The Calder Trophy was first introduced in 1937 as a way to recognize the talent of rookies. And even though rookies have historically not dominated the entire league, it is, in my opinion, the most exciting trophy in hockey. Because unlike the Selke, aka the Patrice Bergeron Award, or the Rocket, aka the Ovechkin Award,
let's go Cavs!
Here's some Washington Capitals coming today.
Every season we see a brand new Calder winner. Because not only is it extremely exciting to see how top prospects transition into the NHL, but we get to see a glimpse of the future stars in our game. It's unpredictable and highly entertaining. And just like this past season, we have seen rookies battle it out to claim the prestigious Calder Trophy. I mean, hey, even this season we are once again blessed with elite talents like Lafreniere and Tim Stützle. But the real question is, even though they won the Calder, does that actually mean they will continue to have a better career than the runner-ups? We'll start in 2014, as Nathan McKinnon would pretty much clean up this rookie race, ending up with 1,347 votes. In second place, Ondrej Palat had 791, and Tyler Johnson in third with 352 votes. And even though McKinnon dominated this race in terms of votes, it was definitely a lot closer than it seems. As McKinnon would end up with 63 points, he was great on the power play, but he was also kind of that defensive liability, which is definitely normal for a high-octane offensive player like the MacDog. Whereas Palat ended up with 59 points, but played a far better overall game. But considering that McKinnon was 4 years younger, had the first overall pick hype, and clearly had way more potential to become that superstar, his win was no surprise. And this is how they match up today, obviously not even a competition. McKinnon ascended into a superstar and is a face of our league. Whereas Palat has been that good but not elite top 6 talent. He does play on a powerhouse Tampa Bay Lightning team, which definitely doesn't help his ability to get minutes, because he could have had those 70-point seasons. But this past playoffs he proved to be a vital piece to the team, quietly putting up 11 goals. Which was second to only Brayden Point. But on a team with seemingly, 27 All-Stars, with a new star coming up every season, players like Palat are ultimately bound to get slept on. Also, I would love to hear your opinion on who is the better player today. And make sure to press subscribe for some more awesome hockey content. In 2015, we had a super tight race. Aaron Ekblad with 1,147, Mark Stone with 1,078, and Johnny Gaudreau with 1,026. And this season, Ekblad saw some power play time, put up 39 points, and played a very respectable overall game. Mark Stone would come in as that dark horse and put up a very impressive 64 points. But I will say, as an 18-year-old defenseman, 4 years younger than Stone, playing on a weak Florida blue line, I do think Ekblad deservingly won this race. And today, here's how they stack up. Now we are comparing a defenseman to a forward, so these stats are just for reference, but honestly guys, Mark Stone has established himself as a two-way star and a top 5 winger in the entire NHL. But Ekblad is 4 years younger. He's been getting some heat in the recent years, but this past season, he actually had a breakout year analytically, putting up very impressive 5-on-5 defensive and offensive numbers, while at the same time contributing on the power play. But I will say, Mark Stone as the runner-up is the better player today. But don't sleep on Ekblad. If Florida can put the pieces together, Ekblad could be a future Norris candidate. 2016, Panarin had 1,258 votes, Shane Gostisbehere with 955, and McDavid with a very confusing 858 votes. What? 2016 was an extremely bizarre rookie race. Artemi Panarin came from the Shadow Realm just so happened to be the Russian doppelganger of Patrick Kane, who just so happened to be playing on the same line as Patrick Kane, and was just under the threshold of being too old to compete for the Calder at age 24. So, 6 years older than McDavid, with a hilarious 6 years of previous professional experience in the KHL. And don't get me wrong, the bread man is filthy, and undoubtedly a top 3 winger in the NHL today, but I personally am on the McDavid bandwagon in this case. Because before suffering a broken collarbone, McDavid would sit at over a point per game in his rookie season. And to add another very confusing layer, Shane Gostisbehere also missed nearly 20 games and was somehow ahead of McDavid? What?
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
So the injury argument applies to first place but not second place? Very odd. Again, McDavid was 18, so even 4 years younger than Ghost. Now Gostisbehere, don't get me wrong, had a prolific start to his career. But who are we kidding? McDavid was already showing he was the generational player that he was expected to be, and somehow ended up in third. But that's another conversation for another day. And this is how the Breadman and McDavid stack up today. Now, McDavid has definitely had the far more productive career, but I will say, Panarin has definitely been a superstar in his own right. And so McDavid has definitely done better since, but the two will probably be in hard discussion for years to come. 2017. Auston Matthews in first place with 1,661 votes, Patrick Laine in second with 1,106, and Zach Werenski in third with 711. And this season we saw an elite rookie class, as not only did Laine and Auston Matthews headline it, we also had Sebastian Aho, Mitch Marner, Nylander, Matthew Tkachuk, Provorov, Braden Point, Matt Murray.
Pretty much all the goals he got were kind of hilarious if you think about it.
Look at that wrist shot by Brock Besser. And the Brock Star gives the Canucks a 1-0 lead.
I mean, you gotta look at some of those goals and just laugh.
Besser, one-timer score.
Arguably one of the best rookie classes we have ever seen. And it was only 3 years ago. But at the top stood Auston Matthews and Laine, who battled it out with their elite goal-scoring abilities. As Matthews ended the season with an astounding 40 goals, and Laine not too far behind with 36. And today, this is how they stack up. And it is very, very obvious that Matthews is the much better overall player. 47 goals this past season, he's a power play specialist, and has been rounding out a very impressive defensive game. Whereas Patrick Laine, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought this would be like a 1A, 1B situation, but Laine has really been struggling the past couple years. Laine is still very good 5-on-5 offensively and on the power play, but his defensive numbers have been atrocious. And don't get me wrong, there will always be a lot of value in a 30-40 goal scorer, but until Laine can round out his other side of his game, he will definitely not garner the respect of an Auston Matthews. 2018. Matt Barzal coming first with an astounding 1,626 votes, Besser with 750, and Clayton Keller hanging in with 492. In this season, we actually saw a lot of back and forth action with Matt Barzal and Brock Besser, and even though the numbers don't really show it, it was actually neck and neck, up until Besser had a freak accident shoulder injury.
And here's Brock Besser backing in, and you can see Jake Virtanen's going off and
right on the tailbone.
Right on the tailbone.
Ironically enough, also facing off against the Islanders and one of their few matchups of the entire year. Still, Besser would finish with 29 goals and 55 points in 62 games, whereas Barzal had an impressive 85 points. And this is how they match up today. It's actually a lot closer than expected. Besser on one hand has been running into a string of very unfortunate injuries ever since his rookie season, which has led him to constantly trying to refine his game. But at the same time, Barzal plays in a defensive system that doesn't complement his playing style, and he would probably be a point per game player in any other system. Regardless, I do think Barzal has had a greater overall impact in his career. But again, Besser has had several injuries and is coming into this next season with a lot more momentum. And even when injured, Besser would have had back-to-back 30-goal seasons with 20 last year. So I guess we'll see. Barzal the playmaker and Besser the sniper. and flow. 2019. Elias Pettersson in first with 1,650 votes, Jordan Binnington in second with 1,072, and Rasmus Dahlin in third with 661 votes. And even though the numbers don't tell the story, the 2019 race was actually chaos. Elias Pettersson dominated for most of the season, and it was pretty clear he would come out on top. I mean, 10 goals in his first 10 games, ankle breaks, Wayne Gretzky comparisons, a bottomless pit of highlight reels. But, wait, oh no, who's that? Jordan Binnington, with literally one game of NHL experience, would come in and single-handedly lift the St. Louis Blues from the bottom of the conference into playoff contention, which of course would lead them to a Stanley Cup. Now, you do need to keep in mind this is a regular season trophy, but Binnington dominated so badly, he almost upset the clear Calder winner in Pettersson. But unfortunately, the life of a goaltender isn't so straightforward, and Binnington would see regression the next regular season and had a shaky playoffs. Now do keep in mind, he is only entering his third season, so we still don't know if Binnington is that one-hit wonder or the type of goalie who can lead your team every season. And obviously Pettersson has maintained his status on top. And a crazy part of this rookie race is that Rasmus Dahlin would be heavily overlooked over his rookie season, as he had a great first year, but has dealt with some serious injuries. But considering that Dahlin played his entire rookie season as an 18-year-old, it really emphasizes the fact that he is a special talent. Anyways guys, what prospect have you been most excited for in your team's history? Comment down below, I'd love to know. And also, I wanted to thank everyone who left feedback on my previous video. Your overwhelming positive feedback has honestly given me a lot of confidence to keep trying new things and try to make better videos. So I really appreciate the support, it means a lot. And of course, our new goal for 2021 is 70,000 subscribers. So if you want to support the channel, make sure to press subscribe for some more awesome hockey content. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. See you guys later.